Well, I mean, I can give you a sound effect if you want, but no, I just
Oh,
wanted
we're
to.
going live at 5,
There's your
baby.
sound effect. No, I
There
just
we
wanted to tell you
go.
we were going live. So, hello
Hell yeah.
everybody. And yeah, she said we need to do these earlier
Okay.
for 57-year-old not yet grandma NATL. Baby, we sorry. I got kids and stuff, and sometimes it be like that. We're gonna try to figure out a way to get them out earlier for you. Okay. Thank you for checking with us.
Oh yeah.
I'm Maleficent. I like that. Had to check in to see if we were going to talk about them. All right, but yeah, we got to glaze over Noy and Steve real quick, and we'll put it in the live, and then we'll start to cover Alyssa and Chris. But we can't do the whole thing on there, so we'll try to keep it so you don't stay up too late, baby. We know you got to get to bed and all of that. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and talk about Noy and Steve. Now you can do
Hell yeah.
it.
Most boring couple on the show, I'd say. And not a lot going on with them in this one, just because they spent so much time on Chris and Alyssa. But um, it was cute. They had a nice day. They went to the waterfall. They're like making out the waterfall, dancing around. Um, Noy like admitted to Steve that she feels safe around him. And that I mean that's like really all we saw from them. And then even during the fight, um, even during the dinner when there's all that cringy drama and stuff going on between Chris and Alyssa, they stay out of it. You know, they're smart. They don't get in. They're not getting into any of that shit.
Bro, they are on their own shit. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Like I
for
said,
sure.
they was out here winning. This
Yeah,
is what a couple's supposed to look like. They figuring each other out. They laughing and joking and having a good time together. They showing up to
hmm
shit, holding each other's hands. Okay, this a
yeah. That
W right here.
definitely seems like they're doing their own thing. They haven't connected really to like any of the other couples like Olajuwon and Katina have with Michael and Jasmina. So yeah, they're kind of just doing their own thing. I feel like that's how Noy. I mean, that's how they both are. Especially Steve. You know, he's a traveler and a wanderer, looking jobless.
Man, all
But
right,
no drama with them. I thought they were cute. What do you think? You think they got a chance still?
yeah, I think they're a whole W, dude. I told you. I
Yeah,
told you I was a fan of these guys.
they're super
Sometimes you just
solid.
know it in your heart.
Yeah, they're
Okay, you
solid.
just
I
know
think
it in your heart.
Noise annoying a little bit still, and I feel like she's gonna cry a lot. I mean, there's a girl on this show that cries a lot too, but I feel like
Yeah.
Noy could
Oh no, no,
give her a
she
run for her
doesn't
money.
seem too crazy yet. I mean, she ain't broke the wigs out yet. Like she's
Yeah.
still
Oh yeah. Wait till we get back home. She gets those wigs.
yeah. Once the wigs come out, it's on.
That's gonna be wild.
You're gonna get noisy,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
All right. Well, that's all we got. We already know what we came here for, and already told us. You ready to
Oh
go
yeah.
ahead?
All right. Tell us about our fucking the love couple, Chris and Alyssa.
All right. Let's talk about Chris and Maleficent. Okay. Let's call her what she is. Right there we go. Um. So at the beginning, Pastor Calvin, they was just like, look, let me find these two activity, right? That they can do and get along and that they can agree on. And they decide to do tennis,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um,
She
Chris is
shows
still
up in
like addressing,
sandals.
huh?
She shows up in sandals.
In flip flop, she didn't give a fuck about
Yeah.
what was going on. I'm serious, man. It's oh my god. She put on a How to Karen clinic this episode.
Oh my god, I know.
This was a full on like this is I'm gonna show you how to Karen. This is how you
Girl's
do it.
mental.
Oh my god. And Chris is still at this point still addressing Alyssa as his wife and is doing whatever it takes to make it work. And
Mm-hmm.
I personally think he just need to take the L on this one and go home.
I know. That's what his mom told him. His mom's just like, cut your losses.
No, that
Yeah.
was his sister.
Oh, that was his sister?
Yeah, it was his sister.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah, and he feels like the fact that she's even showing up means she's showing an effort. It's like no, it don't.
Mhm.
I think she's under a contract.
Yeah.
That's
Or
why she shows up.
I mean, she could leave whenever she wants. I just feel like she doesn't A want to leave Puerto Rico early and B come off. She doesn't want to be the one that says like I quit, I'm out of this.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, everyone we're not idiots. Like we know what she's fucking trying to do here, you know? Like she is coming off as that one. She is coming off like an awful person. Like dude, I've never wanted to like bully somebody on social media. Like I've never like tweeted any of these people before, but man, I wanted to like look up her Twitter account and just be like,
You suck.
you
Just
suck.
right, you suck on
Exactly.
there.
Like, just you suck.
Man. And it starts out like what's when she actually comes out of her shell and does something. Because remember the paddleboarding, like they were having a decent time with the tennis for a
she
minute.
was laughing and stuff.
Yeah, for a minute, and then she's like, "Oh no, I can't do that.
Right,
I have to be evil." Right? Evil people don't laugh and have fun. They destroy lives. They step on hearts.
She's conscious about that. That's hilarious.
And then she reluctantly sits down and talks to him, and she says she's doing her very best to make this work. I've seen her put in zero effort. I don't think she even know the man's last name yet.
Doesn't know his last name.
Like, what if he got a dope ass last name and she could be Alyssa dope ass last name, right?
Man.
But she's fucking that up.
Yeah, she's. I mean, she just doesn't want any part of this, and she's afraid just to say it.
I think she should.
I mean,
that's the respectable thing to do.
She's just this is why she's an idiot though, because she's so concerned on how she's like gonna be shown and like come off, and that she doesn't realize that she's just being ridiculous. And
mental health is very important, ladies and
gentlemen.
What?
In her head, I guarantee you, in her head, she's like blaming this on the producers, like the way she's coming off or whatever.
Oh yeah,
they might edit it or whatever, set it up where, to make her look like. But I mean, there's fucking no way that they could have, made her look any better.
Yeah, look, I would assume that some editing goes into play to kind of give you the a story. But I will say I don't think they had to do much. Yeah, no, like she is who she is, aka evil.
I mean, dude, when she's bitching about like his hand gestures, and
it's Princess like, Karen, dude. That's what you're seeing right here.
He's like, that's aggressive. And even the producers, like, he's just doing hand gestures. Like, the producers are fed up with her.
All right. How do you feel about Anne's last name? She hates it, but she says she kept it for her daughter.
Say Gumby.
Gumby ain't bad.
I know it looks like Gumby, like the old cartoon. But Gumby,
wasn't he like an eraser or something?
He's like a big green thing. Yeah, I don't know. That was before my time, but I do remember that.
Yeah. They somehow start talking about moving into the apartment together. And as soon as that gets mentioned, she doesn't like where the conversation is going. Which is what happens anytime anybody talks about anything.
Yeah. Anytime she really has to be pressed on like being like, I don't like you, or I don't want to do this anymore, or anytime the conversation gets close to that, she's just out. She's like her move is she starts crying, she starts accusing him of being unfair, and then she gets up and leaves while screaming she's a nice person.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I think that what I saw here is when she basically like said to his face that you robbed me of a good experience, or she's been robbed. She didn't say he did. She said she got robbed. She didn't say who did it.
Actually, I think she even might have said both of them did.
Yeah. I'm gonna be 100 with you. Okay. I don't feel like she's hot enough to be punching down on Chris.
Dude, I hear you there, man.
Like, that's just me.
Yeah, she looks like an old lady sometimes in some of the scenes where she just like looks like some old lady who smoked a bunch of cigarettes. Wears fucking flip flops to a tennis court.
She has to know better.
So I had a counter. I rewatched this episode so I can like count how many times she screams that she's a good person. So 5 times she says throughout this episode that either I'm a really good person or I'm a good fucking person.
Yeah,
like, dude,
that's what she
how
says.
many times, like, when you're good people don't say it. You know what I mean? Like, who says that?
Alyssa do.
Yeah, 5 fucking times in the same day. I mean, right? This was all during the same day. I feel
that's
like
what Alyssa do right there.
I mean, what a nut.
And they apparently, I guess, from what we're finding out, is they get the apartment on Lifetime's dime, I guess. And that's what they were talking about. And Alyssa is like, well, Chris made the decision without her that he was going to move in. It's like, look, I didn't tell you couldn't. I just said I was going to. Like, you're more than welcome to. I would be happy if you did.
Right.
And once again, and shout out to Chris for dealing with all her bullshit, man.
It's crazy, dude, but sometimes he's starting to make me mad.
She is awful. She's fucking awful. Like she's doing this dude so dirty.
How much you hate this girl?
Yeah, like it's like this is the beginning of talking about them. Like it gets worse.
I just can't believe I picked this couple to make it. Like I thought this was like a good couple.
Yeah,
the first episode. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, and somewhere out of him saying she can move into, she doesn't like the way that conversation is going, so she walks away again.
Mm-hmm.
Then the producer follows her. She basically shits on Chris some more. Like she was like, she assumes like the rules of the show don't apply to her, and like, look at his hand gestures. He's such an ogre. I fucking hate him. He's an asshole. I'm like, what did he do?
At that point, you can tell just like the producers are fed up with this girl too. Like, this girl's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You don't want us to make you look bad. We'll fucking make you look terrible.
And that's what she said. Like, I've tried. I've been the bigger person and everything. And like, he's an asshole. If you can't be kind, just don't talk to me. I was like, look, I can't think of a better word to describe Chris this season than kind.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know that I could think of a better fucking word. A little bit,
like the most patient,
a little bit naive, but all right, I'll give him that.
Yeah, for sure.
But kind.
Puts up with too much bullshit.
Yeah, he could have been done with this shit a while ago.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. Alyssa is the problem.
Mm-hmm. How long do you think they were playing tennis for before they went and sat down on the bench?
You saw the whole sesh right there.
Yeah.
Like 10 You saw it all right there. It's like one of those fights you watch and the motherfucker gets knocked out in like the first 30 seconds.
That was it, yeah.
So the highlights is just the whole fucking fight. That's what you're seeing right now with this. Like they had fun for 30 whole seconds.
And then she was just, fuck this. I'm gonna raise hell.
Yeah. And Chris is like, look, I don't know what to do. I'm at a loss. He grabs his shit and he leaves. And you know, later that evening, this is where we get to where he calls his sister Carmen.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, well, how's marriage and everything? He's like, well, it's not going like I expected. Meanwhile, Alyssa is still out there bitching to the producers.
Yeah.
Like he done left. He on the phone. He hanging out, right? He got his shoes off. She's still out there huffing and puffing and telling the producer she's a good person.
I mean, she says the same thing over and over again. It's crazy.
Yeah. You know, and she says she's sick of being the good person and being positive and taking the high road.
High road. I know. I love that part.
I got a little bit of a laugh out. I'm like, boo boo, are you watching the same show we watching? Because you are insufferable.
Well, it's funny because the only time she's been on that one, what's it called, the After Dark show or whatever, she walked off she walked off the set.
Yeah. See, Anne thinks the same way. Like she can't blame it on the bad edit. She horrible.
Right. They might be adding it to try to make her look not as bad because they know how much shit she's gonna take.
I don't know. Well, I mean, we're at the point now she hates him and he's a fucking asshole. And like this is what you're seeing. She's putting on a How to Karen clinic today.
Yeah.
She really is. Huh?
It's ugly. It's bad.
All right. Meanwhile, Carmen's saying to Chris that, you know, the same shit that we saying, that Princess Karen is going to do Princess Karen shit.
Mm-hmm.
Even her own parents said that, which they did.
Right.
And they also said they think Chris is perfect for her because he's so patient.
Mm-hmm.
And her being like she is, she's about to miss out on a good thing, which is something that the other couples even said later in the episode. And we'll get to that later.
Right.
You know what I mean? That
mentions that
you
later.
are exactly what this nut needs in her life.
Yeah. She don't need, I don't know. She needs a lot more than someone with patience.
Yeah, I don't know. Thank goodness I'm not Chris. I would have just chose peace at that point. It's like, no, you know what? I'm good. Puerto Rico's beautiful. Yeah, Puerto Rico's beautiful. I'm glad I was able to set foot in the soil, but I'm going home.
Yeah, get me out of here.
Yeah, man.
What a nightmare.
And then Yeah, I think that's about it. Like they just showed them like hanging out on the beach, and she's talking with her girls,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't know how she considers them her. Don't nobody like her.
Yeah.
I don't
So
think there's anybody
no,
on this
Katina
show except
and
maybe
Jasmine don't
Chris a
like
little
her.
bit, huh?
Right. Jasmine and Katina don't like her.
No.
For sure. And
And
Katina was
Katina
even
hit her
giving
with
her
some,
some business.
yeah. She hit her with some bars like, yo, well, maybe you need
Mm-hmm.
to, you know what I mean? I don't want to paraphrase and mess up what she was saying, but she was giving homegirl some good advice, and it was just one ear out the other, bro. She wanted to
Yeah.
hear it.
What she pretty much said was like, if you're upset about, because remember Chris's friend said something to Alyssa when they met that she didn't like. And Alyssa was like, yeah, once I found that out, I kind of lost interest. And Katina was like, you should have just like kept that in your back pocket. And
Yeah.
if you
Yeah, you
see
should have
that,
just
be
sat
like,
on
oh,
that.
that's what that is. Okay.
Yeah, find it out for yourself instead of just checking out because of what his friend. And it wasn't even nothing that they said. He's just sometimes he is, what's the word? He may come off as a little bit condescending because he loves to teach.
Yeah. Stuff like that. Which
That
is
is the
whatever.
whole thing. That's what set this whole,
That's
according to her
crazy.
now,
Mm-hmm. And
that's what set this whole whirlwind in motion.
then Katina finally calls her out and be like, you might just, I don't think you're very attracted to him. I mean, that's what it is. She's
Yeah,
like,
you just, if you don't fuck
I'm
with him,
not
just say, I don't
judging.
fuck with him. Yeah.
She's like, I'm not judging you, but that's what it is.
Yeah. And we'll get back to their part later, but we got one more couple to cover before we get to the dinner where everybody is. So you want to go ahead and move on to that one?
All right, let's do it.
All right, and shout out to everybody real quick. Once again, Patreon's $1, and thank you for hanging out with us tonight.
Thanks,
Kisses
Dan.
for your foreheads. Go to bed, girl. And that's about it. Anything you want to say to people before we get out of here?
No, peace out, Dan.
All right. So for the people on the video, we are out. Make sure you go Patreon. Make sure you are at the bottom down here. Click the link and subscribe, comment, click the bell so you get notified when we go live. And just remember, we got a lot of stuff here that you're probably going to want to listen to on I Want My Podcast Network. $1.
$1.
And for you guys watching, it's been real. We will see y'all later. And for everybody else, let's go ahead and talk about Michael and Jasmina.
All right, Michael and Jasmina.